So I think that one of the challenges that young teachers seem to face the most is feeling confident in their like classroom management and ability to create and execute lesson plans. Um, I think teachers get really nervous about this, especially after having all summer to think about, oh my God, what am I going to do in my first week? How am I going to build relationships with kids? Um, and are my lesson plans going to be okay? So I think, we balance that with while also feeling um we also feel like we have a big responsibility, right? That our lessons have to be perfect, that we're responsible for educating young people. So that's a big responsibility. So in the noticing box right here, I talk about the dilemma is how to create effective lesson planning and classroom management to keep students' attention and put them at the center of their own learning. Um, this is broad, so I kind of narrowed down to some questions. So things that like I would have a mentee kind of work through to help them develop lesson plans. So what do kids need to know in order and be able to do in order for kids to complete the assignment? Um, what is the medium or way that we want kids to show what they know? And how do we as adults practice confidence in the classroom? And I think the biggest thing that I would look for young teachers to have, and something that I knew made me feel better, was having um, my lesson plan completely flushed out and ready to go every day. So to be prepared with what I was going to say. And for me, that was having Google Slides and activity directions prepared in advance. Um, so in the question box, some questions that I thought to myself and would be asked with my mentor was what has gone well in previous lessons that is working for you and the kids. So like what kind of activities, what kind of management procedures are working well, and then what's not going well. Um, and what outside resources do I need in order to make lessons successful? So these are some things that, I would encourage my mentee to think about. Um, for the reframe and act box. So, now that we've identified what some of those questions are, here's the list of things that go well in the classroom. And these are things that I'm really good at. And so let's work with those things, but also let's identify what doesn't go well and how we can kind of improve those things. And that way, the mentor can provide feedback and help revise projects, activities, lessons, etc. And then finally, I think, completing the cycle and reflecting on how the lesson went. So kind of similar questions to the question box. So how did that lesson go? What went well? What didn't go well? And how could we revise it? So what's the action if we were going to do this lesson again? What's the action we would take to revise this lesson to make sure that it runs even smoother the next time? I think when teachers feel, the more prepared that they feel to execute a lesson or activity or whatever, the smoother it goes. And again, like the more practice they have, um, the the better it will go with kids because they'll feel confident in what they're doing. Thank you.